Daily Purge. How you doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. Promoting your business does not have to be that difficult. A lot of people want to go out there and spend oodles and oodles of money to try to promote your business and go online and do a funnel and do click funnels and Kajabi and all these other things and thinking that, okay, this is what's going to get me up there. This is what's going to get me ahead. And a lot of times, because it's not tested or proven, you end up just blowing your money, right? So what are some ways that you can actually promote your group without having to worry about blowing your money, right? And actually having something that works, that's measurable. Because a lot of times when you do those click funnels or you do those paid ads, there's no real way to measure them. Yes, of course, if you split tests and all these other kind of things, sure, you can do that. But the problem is you got to have money to do all that. I know some people say you can test at $300, $400 and see what happens. But even then, if you go launch it, it may not even work out. So what can you do personally where you have a direct line of impact, where you can control exactly what's coming in and what's going out? And there's a few things that that can really help you that I used to do all the time in my different worlds of business, whether it was health clubs or whether it was pharmacies, hotels, restaurants, bars, cocktail bars. I've sort of done it all. And some of the most simplest things are, especially right now with emails being so powerful, is it's simply asking others. We talk about this in the Warrior Council today. Is simply to ask others, what is it that, hey, Olga, how you doing? Hey, Jose. Yeah, Jose, the Purge. The simple things you can do is, like, for instance, we talked about it today with Jose. He was in the Warrior Council. We talked about, collaborations with email lists. So if you know someone who has an email list that's your demographic, ask them if they can collaborate with you. Hey, can we collaborate? You send out my offer to your mailing list. I'll send out your offer to my mailing list. There's things you can do in your community. I mean, what we used to do, and you probably heard me say this before in the health club industry, is I took a map of the city where the club was. It didn't matter where it was. And then I would start at the club and work my way around in like a spiral, like a snail spiral, going out and looking at every single street, going to every single business, dropping flyers in every single mailbox, going out from the post around until I got to about a kilometer outside of the club. And then I would start over again and go out and start over again and go out. And what you're going to find there is that you're going to have, due to the exposure you have of your brand, whether it's a flyer one day, and one day it's a letter, one day it's a poster, one day it's a sticker, one day you're on the bus and you're at the train station or whatever, and you're handing these flyers out. People are like, hey, I keep seeing this. Yeah, well, then finally they'll check it out. When you go to businesses, you do the same thing. Would you like to sell my product? Would you like to offer our product? Whatever it is that you're selling. But there's a business for everything. And I know right now during COVID, that might be a little difficult, but you can do the same thing online with people who have shops. You want to sell something in your shop, give them a commission, whatever it is. Instead of setting up an affiliate, just give them, say, hey, you just ship it, I'll drop it, and off we go. So there's so many ways to do this. And then you have the collaborations with other people. How do you find, for instance, if someone's selling soap like Joe, right? Someone's selling soap. What company could they work with as a joint venture? Let's say, I would say, for instance, gift baskets, right? So you go to a shop that does gift baskets, or you go to a florist and they have little gifts around that they can put into the floral baskets and things. So this is just off the top of my head. I'm not really, I didn't really plan this one, as I never do. But as again, the Daily Purge is all about what I went through in the day and how I can purge it out to help anyone who is so inclined to take some advice. Up to you, right? There's never-ending possibilities to promote your business, especially brick and mortar, in your own neighborhood, in your own city or state, or even. It depends on what your reach is and what you need to do. And it's about boots on the ground, leather personnel carriers, just going out there, beating feet, and going from door to door. And I know it sounds, a lot of people would say, no, I'm a millionaire online. Well, you've never done this, right? You've done it online, and that's great for you. But most people, it doesn't work online that quick. Online, you're bombarded every single day with 3,000 freaking ads and 3,000, posts of whatever, and it's just like, it's too much. So how can you stick out? Well, personal conversation, relationships, building relationships, joining the Lions Club, the Kiwanis, the Knights of the Pythians, or whatever they're all called in your community. You can join what are they called? The Freemasons, which there's two groups, the ones that are public that wear the hats and bumper stickers and stuff. They're like community activists. It's a great group. The real, let's say the real deep Freemasons don't go around promoting it because it's a secret society. Anyway, so all of these different organizations you can get into to help spread your word, offer services. Yeah, exactly, Robin. Just show up. And you show up consistently. Takes discipline to get out there. You get out there and you do discipline. You use your discipline to get out there. And then after you're out there for a while, it turns into like a habit. Okay, I go every Tuesday. I go out and make a round around the businesses around my business. And after a while, it becomes a routine, right? So habits, routines, and then it just becomes part of your business. I mean, I was in the health club business for 15 years, and there wasn't a day that didn't go by that we didn't have people going out doing promotion every single day, even on weekends, every single day. Always trying to find a way to do it. Always trying to find a way to be different. Always trying to find a way to get the awareness out there. Everybody knew who we were. Some of us are like, my goodness, my goodness, you guys ever stop? No, why would we? And that's why we had, between 3,000 and 12,000 members per unit, right? And 87 locations in 9 countries, because we were present. People knew who we were, right? People knew what we do and why we were good, because we never stopped. Consistency is everything, right? The discipline, consistency, taking that imperfect action, creating as you go. It doesn't even matter as long as there's a logo on there. Heck, we even had outdated old marketing material from a year before. We still put it out. Doesn't matter. We still put it out. You know what happens? There you go. It turns head and smiles. Turns head and smiles. Exactly. And so, I mean, think about that. You send out a flyer from last year, and people be like, "Hey, I just got this flyer, but it's a year old." Oh, no worries. Come on in. See, even that'll make them call, right? Isn't that what it's all about? Just getting people, to call you, getting in your front door, all this kind of stuff. Isn't that what it's all about? It doesn't have to cost you money. You can make flyers that are so thin you can see right through it. When I was promoting a chiropractor in Florida, in Jupiter, Florida, a couple years ago, in Perfect Action, I can do that. Indeed, and in Perfect Action, I was in Florida, and there was a chiropractor, and we had VIP passes around our necks, and anybody who had a VIP pass could come in for free and get one of 5 different treatments from this chiropractor. And that turned out to be such a hot item. People were like, oh, you guys are from the chiropractor. Can I get one of those VIP passes? It wasn't the fact that they were getting a 15-minute free adjustment. It was the fact that it was something that was very special that we only gave out to certain people that we met that we thought would fit the bill. And then what else did we do? We did flyers. We did knock and drop. So we knock and drop. So we knock on the door and drop the mail in the mailboxes in the apartment buildings and complexes and condos and things like that. You'd be surprised. I hired a team to sit in Publix, which is a grocery store, with a Excel sheet with name, number, and email. And I had them giving out gummy bears, right? And in exchange for the name and number, and these VIP passes. Like, here's some gummy bears, VIP pass, come on by for 15 minutes. Give me your telephone number and your name, and I'll give you a call when I get back to the office to schedule a time that's convenient for both of us. Boom. List was filled. What did that cost? It cost $50 an hour for 2 people to stand in Publix and do that. It cost me $50 for them, and it cost me $50 to pay Publix to stand there for 2 hours. So for $100, I had, I don't know, probably 150, 200 leads. You see what I'm saying? I don't need to go to Facebook, pay for a landing page, pay for a website, pay for a funnel, pay for ads. I mean, come on. It's a farce if you think that's the only way. It's not. It definitely is not. Okay? So you got to get out there and you got to find out what it is that your community needs and how you can solve that problem. And if your product or your service is that problem solver, then tell them, hey, look, you have this problem. Here's the solution. Simple as that. And the list goes on and on and on. All right. All right, everybody. That's it for today. It's Friday. Go out there and get some. Crush this week. End it successfully. I wish you a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. And remember, it's all about quality of life. See you on Monday.